It's a beautiful bacon day, Cookie Crusaders. We're going to be jumping into Season 2 of Cookie Alliance. Now, the first 6 waves we're going to be pushing through because of the blast mode, since I have the amount of cookies at level 60 that we'll be able to just push through. I apologize for those that are stuck on wave 4 with Raspberry Cookie, as I do not know how to assist you on that, since I do automatically push through the wave. Now you may be wondering why I have my main team as I do, where maybe online you've seen some other teams, as the reason I have what I have set up is just a very ultra defensive, very high healing and weakness debuff setup. So pure vanilla, amazing at healing, great shield casting, specifically set up for that. Cotton has multiple purposes, but healing, attack buffing, attacking from the sheep, all that helpful. A Claire, not only the weakness debuff, but if you do take out enemies, you get shields if they've got weakness on them once they perish. So another pure vanilla kind of effect. Strawberry Crepe has damage resistance, so that when you are having attacks incoming, you can resist more of their damage. So that's super helpful from Strawberry Crepe. And then Hollyberry is a really, really key component as to avoiding as much damage as you can from the opposing enemies and opposing bosses. So as you can see, we're already at wave 10 with no real issues. The treasures I chose are the scroll, the horn, and the clock. The clock just allows my abilities to reactivate faster. That's an important thing. The scroll I only have at level 10, but it does help give a percentage attack bonus to all my cookies, so that is very helpful. And the horn, as unsuspecting as it is at level 12, it gives a big defense boost. Now here's what's important. Defense will block out a certain amount of attack before damage calculation is done, where damage resist, after damage calculation is done, it is doing that percentage. So like, to give you an example, if I have 100,000 damage coming at me, and I only have 50% damage resist, if there's no defense to subtract against it, then I resist 50,000 damage because of my 50,000 or my 50% damage resist. But let's say I have a defense of like 10,000, or let's make it better, 25,000. Then I'm only resisting 50% of 75,000 damage, which is not 50,000. At that point, you're at about 39,000. No, 37,000. Yes, 37,000 resisted. Now, that's assuming that there's defense of decent measure on those cookies. So if you're working with cookies who have very low defense, they're probably going to benefit more from damage resist for that reason. But cookies like Hollyberry, Strawberry Crepe, and Pure Vanilla, they have some high defenses, natural defense. So they're actually reducing attacks before it can be damage resisted. So that's why it's important to have a good defense. And the horn, it increases that. So I'm not sure the exact amount. I could probably get you the numbers after, but I think Hollyberry has about 40,000 defense right now in my stats. So a 45% buff from the horn would be about another 14,000. So that means that before damage calculations, I can remove about 50,000 total points of defense before hitting damage resist. I could be completely wrong on that, but every time I've run the horn in these healing teams, it's always been good for that reason, because I've just been soaking up so much damage before actually taking big hits. And I mean, you can just see that here, like their health bars are barely moving, and I'm on wave 18. So I think it's important for that reason. This wave, I could technically switch out to Twizzly because of the shields, but because of the high defense and the high healing that my team has, I really don't have to. The big reason that I could do it, and maybe would want to do it in the future, is that if you have your team specifically set where you can get past a wave faster, then that will actually get you bonus points, because the only other way to get bonus points is to clear waves without a full cookie team dying. So if you have 4 out of 5 cookies die and you don't have the 5th die and you switch and you get to the next wave, you get those bonus points. So that is something to consider. But as you can see, we're on wave 20. We're doing pretty good, 8 minutes in. And so far our cookies are surviving pretty nicely. Strawberry and holly, of course, being the front lines, they're going to be taking the majority of the damage. That just makes sense. But pure vanilla and cotton should be healing them over the course of these battles. So we don't have to worry too much at this current moment. In the higher waves, we'll definitely have to be more cautious, but I will show you that coming up, as we are on to wave 21 now. And for that wave bonus and time bonus, we are now almost at 750,000 points in the Alliance mode. And we're about 9 minutes in. Now, a lot of people I've been seeing running Sea Fairy instead of Strawberry Crepe in the same main team setup, which damage output is 100% a viable option, but you need some really good damage resistance on the toppings of your Sea Fairy to make that work. Otherwise, the Sea Fairy will just crumple under these high wave attacks, and that can be pretty rough. So that is a choice for you to make and understand what your toppings are and how powerful they are. So we are on to wave 22. We're still good. We will be switching to team 5 when it hits wave 24. That way we can take out the dragon as fast as possible, because it can deal a quite hefty amount of damage, just so people know. Red Velvet's a really good one to fight against us here, as it can pull pure vanilla and cotton to the front lines to stun and deal a lot of damage. But we took that down, thankfully. And this is the last wave before we switch to team 5. And then we will be switching back to our main team. And then soon, wave 26, which is a good hard wave, I'll be showing you what my strategy is there, as it is very specific. All right, so switching to wave 24, team 5, and you can just watch how fast the damage output is from this team. All of these are posed as like one-shotters against the boss dragon. All right, so Sea Fairy died. Like I said, if there's not good damage resistance, just crumples under giant attacks. So that's our revival used from the perk that we have from our guild. If you don't have a guild, you won't have that revival, and the first cookie that dies will not revive, they will just die. So that's why you saw Sea Fairy come back there. So I'm staying with this team until I can get 2 stacks on the Cookie Hounds with weakness, and then I'm going to switch to the Speed Comp. So there's 1 stack of weakness now, and then we will be applying 1 more stack of weakness momentarily. And here we go. And now Pumpkin Pie is going to also do a healing debuff. So now we're just pushing damage through without them being able to heal past it. And the weakness means more damage output against them. And as you can see, there's just the 2 cake hounds left, which are almost done. And now they have nothing but healing, which we're just going to push through because they can't even deal damage to us now. So it's just the sake of outputting our damage against their healing, which we're debuffing with Pumpkin Pie. And we're increasing our attack speed with Mint and Lilac, and Pastry self-increases attack speed with their skill, while Madeline has the ranged fast attack as well. And I actually have critical jellies on Madeline here, so that I can hit almost as many critical hits as possible, especially when attacking fast. And you can see some of those big hits that are being hit are from Madeline herself. So there, we took the big one out. Now the regulars are almost down. And now we'll be switching back to the main team now, because we want to get that healing going again during wave 27, because this is a pretty easy wave for the main team. Maybe not for some people that have lesser research, lesser bonds, but for me it hasn't really been a huge issue for using the main team on this one. All right, so now for wave 28, we're actually going to switch to this team. Coco and Parfait are healing. Licorice, Frost Queen, and Tea Knight are our damage dealers. And there will be Cookie Deaths on this team, but that should increase the power of Tea Knight to help push through this boss, as you can see. And then it's not perfect, but we will be switching back to the main team momentarily. As of right now, because we don't want a full team to die. And then we take that out before it gets more hits into us, so we're good. And then wave 29 and wave 30 we should be able to do with our main team. We will switch to speed comp for wave 31. Yeah, this is a good wave to take a lot of damage, so got to be careful on this one because they can critically destroy your team very quickly. But if you have the right setup, you might be able to survive it. Same with this wave. It's a powerful wave, but yet again, survivable. Just got to do the right plays. If you need to switch, you need to switch, but I should not have to on this one. Everyone should get healed. Okay, switching to the speed comp. Squid Ink's very powerful on this wave right here, wave 31. So just pushing our damage through as fast as possible is good. And because, oh, well, no. So everyone did die there, so we did lose the bonus points there. And it made us go to team 2. But that's okay because we needed to be on team 2 for the next wave anyway, so that's okay. But I didn't have enough cooldown time to switch back out to the team I wanted to, so we have to make do. Okay, the shields are off. Now I'll switch to this team. And then this one is down, so we're good there. This wave is pretty weak. We should be able to get through without losing anybody. Hopefully our healing will outpace their damage. Strawberry Crepe's pretty low though. Yeah, so we lost Strawberry Crepe. But we're still getting pretty far. Wave 33 currently. This one's annoying because they have that barricade that you have to get past. Which looks like our main team is not going to be doing too easily. So we're going to switch and try and get some critical damage on them. And then we will be swapping again. And now we're at the point of just survival now. So as you can see, this is the wave that's probably one of the harder ones, wave 35 and wave 36. Gives a lot of issues overall. And that's just as far as we're going to get today. But thanks for coming out. If you want to see any more guides, any more information, maybe you have a team that's even stronger built that's taking you further, I'd love to hear it in the comments. If this information has been helpful to you, please like and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel, helps keep it going. And as you can see, all that hard work, and we just get a comment anyway. But I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. And thank you so much for stopping by.